Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Here's an article that was written by David Schwartz, who of course is Ripple's CTO and co-creator of XRP and the XRP Ledger. This article is titled, Behind the Scenes of the XRP Ledger Decentralized Exchange. And he basically explains what the secret sauce of the XRP Ledger is, and why the built-in decentralized exchange, which is the first in history, by the way, it's the first decentralized exchange ever. He explains why it's so important, frankly, to XRP itself. And he cites that XRP Ledger has a superpower. So I thought it'd be fun to share some of his thoughts on exactly why this is so important and what things are going to look like moving forward. But first, I am going to cover something that is very important to a certain number of XRP holders. I'm not sure quite how many, but I'm sure you're aware at this point of Celsius at this point, which is basically like a cryptocurrency bank. I don't think they ever called themselves that. They're positioning themselves as like anti-bank individuals, right? But Celsius was a platform where you could, you hand your keys over, you hand your crypto to them, and you earn interest on your crypto. And many of the cryptocurrencies in which you'd get interest, it was maybe like 7%. Now, of course, and I've been talking about this lately, I'm not going to harp on it again too much in this video, but in order to earn that 7%, you have to hand your cryptocurrency over to a counterparty and then hope that nothing goes horrifically wrong. Well, in this case, things went horrifically wrong. Celsius is on the verge of bankruptcy, apparently, and it looks like there are a number of ways in which it could potentially get bailed out. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but what does that mean for people that had their XRP on the Celsius platform when the Flare Network's snapshot was taken in December of 2020? Because those people are supposed to be getting, since Celsius was participating in the airdrop, they're supposed to be getting the Spark token. But are they going to get it? It's unclear. They may not, which is horrific and wrong. But I want to talk about that first. Before going any further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I'm not offering legal or financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So yesterday afternoon, there's this tweet from Hugo Filion, who is the co-founder and CEO of Flare. Of course, will be airdropping the Spark token very soon. I'll talk more about that in a separate video, probably tomorrow. But he tweeted out the following just yesterday afternoon. I've reached out to Celsius. I will do my best to make sure that Celsius users can get their Spark tokens. I can't guarantee anything at this point. And again, just to drive the point home, and I'm not going to read this article, this is from you today, Celsius faking bankruptcy. And so there's a report talking about that. And then there was also this. I'm not going to read this one either. I just want to kind of point this out because it's interesting. This one's from today. It's from Crypto Newsflash. Goldman Sachs ready to raise $2 billion to purchase Celsius assets. So it's not like everything's going to go away and cease. I mean, Celsius may very well cease to exist, but the underlying assets, there's some sort of value to some of this, even if Celsius ends up going the way of the dodo, my favorite extinct avian creature. And so I retweeted what Hugo shared, and I wrote the following. I hope everyone that had their XRP on Celsius ends up with the Spark tokens they are due. Thanks to Hugo for taking action on this. And so to be clear, I am appreciative of that, even though I've never used Celsius myself. I like that he's helping my fellow XRP community members. He's taken initiative. He only has so much power, so if it doesn't pan out, don't blame this guy. He's trying to do something. But I don't know what to hope for. I'm just kind of crossing my fingers on this one, frankly. And so there's an attorney named Bill within the XRP community. I highlight him on my channel from time to time, especially when he's talking about SEC versus Ripple stuff. Well, he had some stuff to say about Hugo's comment here as well, and he said the following. Whatever agreement Celsius had with its users and its terms surely cannot make the Spark token promised to XRP holders part of the property of Celsius in any insolvency. The right of XRP holders to Spark tokens arose from holding XRP, surely not from holding it on a Celsius wallet. And so you can see clearly Bill's perspective there is that this is due to the XRP holders, period. And any insolvency, the fact that Celsius, it looks like it's going bankrupt, going to go away, that should have no bearing on whether or not the XRP holders get the Spark tokens that they're supposed to be due. There's an XRP community member who responded to him, though, and wrote the following. I'm not a lawyer, But from what I've learned being in this space is if you put crypto on an exchange, it is the exchange that holds the keys. So technically, the drop goes to Celsius and becomes theirs. I've always been told, not your keys, not your crypto. And here's what Bill said in response. Yes, but the saying, not your keys, not your crypto, is about control, not ownership of the digital asset. Now, Bill is spot on there, and I know this to be true. Right? So yeah, the whole not your keys, not your crypto thing, it's a catchy tagline, and it's true. You know, it doesn't, you don't want to have cryptocurrency on exchanges or basically crypto banks like Celsius any longer than you have to. It's not exactly ideal here. But when you put cryptocurrency on an exchange, you didn't transfer ownership over it. Yeah, you handed over the keys because your crypto went to their account and they're allowing you to have access to it, but they can turn that spigot off anytime they want, which is what Celsius ultimately did due to liquidity issues as markets have tanked. But no, you legally own it still. You never, just because you put it on in that wallet, you never said, hey, you legally, this is yours. Can you imagine if you go to a bank and you're like, here's the United States dollars that I earned from my job. I want you to hold that. Now, of course, there's counterparty risk, though. The bank could take your United States dollars and run off with them. But the fact that you put them in the bank doesn't mean that you said, these are your dollars now, bank. No, that's not how it works. I assure you that is legally not how this works. And I ain't a lawyer. I just play one on the YouTubes. So Bill's hitting this nail on the head for sure. Legally, the XRP's theirs, the Spark tokens that's theirs. It is not Celsius. It's just a question of, are they going to do the right thing, especially if bankruptcy occurs? And this is not going to be the thing that's at the forefront of their minds. They're going through a whole bunch of stuff as Celsius is just falling apart here, and it's rather unfortunate. So then, Fred Rispoli, XRP community member and an attorney, wrote the following. He tagged Flare Networks and Hugo Filion, and he said, Here's a recommendation to A, do the right thing, and B, avoid liability. Hold the Spark for Celsius customers in a trust wallet and do not distribute it to Celsius. So here's attorney Rispoli saying, hey, Flare Networks, don't distribute the Spark tokens to Celsius in the first place. And he tagged me along with some others, so thank you very much, Fred, for tagging me. I do appreciate it. And so I retweeted that, and I wrote the following. This is just yesterday. I wrote, excellent thought. I've been wondering about this as well. What happens to Spark tokens owed to XRP holders that had their XRP on Celsius? Unfortunately, looks like Celsius is likely to go bankrupt. My concern, most exchanges hold customers' XRP in a shared wallet or wallets. Did Celsius do the same thing? If so, it might be the case that only Celsius knows how much Spark tokens will be owed to their customers. So to be clear, in case that didn't make sense, when you put your XRP on an exchange, you're putting it into an account with a bunch of other people's XRP as well. You're sharing that address. And so there's that destination tag. You familiar with this, XRP holders? I'm sure you are if you've ever moved XRP before on an exchange. That identifies, for lack of a better term, your little sub address, since you're sharing a wallet with a bunch of other people. Well, given that the XRP is shared in a wallet, and the snapshot was based on that one wallet with everybody's XRP, there's no way, based on that representation on the XRP public ledger, there's no way that Flare Network, just from that, would know who is owed how many Spark tokens. There's no way. Only Celsius would have that information, because that's internal tracking, which is not part of the XRP ledger. That's separate. And so that was my concern. And so then it turns out, I found out, and I didn't realize it when I was typing that, but a little bit before I typed that up, attorney Rispoli had actually thought of the same thing. And so I ended up tweeting that out, and I shared it, and here's what he had to say. I'm making assumptions here, so Flare Networks only knows the Celsius hot wallet, which was the custody wallet for Celsius's individual customers. Flare can't know which individuals had which amount of XRP without Celsius giving that info to Flare. And that is near the bottom of Celsius's priorities right now. So Flare would have to, 1, ask Celsius, or more likely, petition the bankruptcy court, assuming it files for bankruptcy, for the info on XRP holders, and 2, get permission to contact XRP holders. 3, establish a notice protocol to alert holders to set up a wallet to receive the tokens. Also, aren't tokens called Spark, not Flare, and that's true. They're called Spark tokens, even though it's FLR for short. And 4, distribute them. But if bankruptcy court is involved, This would likely take a minimum of 2 years to play out. And if Flare distributes to Celsius and doesn't hold it instead, it's longer. Yikes, what a mess. So we'll see how this plays out, but I wanted to update you on what that's looking like, because I know some of you listening, I'm sure you did have Celsius, your XRP on Celsius at the time this happened. Even if you didn't lose any XRP because you stopped using the Celsius platform, it's still unfortunately impacting you. So nothing but sympathy from my perspective. I mean, you're the one that got lied to. You're the victim. It's not your fault for doing this. I mean, just, yeah, I've been honest and like, yeah, I don't think it made sense to risk anything just for 7% returns on a lot of these cryptos, but still, they misled people and you're the victim still. So, you know, I'm not like victim shaming people for having used a platform, you know, let's just be clear. Now into the next topic here from David Schwartz, behind the scenes of the XRP Ledger decentralized exchange. This is interesting stuff. If liquidity is the lifeblood of crypto, then the decentralized exchange is the beating heart at the center of the XRP ledger, pumping fast, low-cost, and expansive liquidity throughout the network. The world's first established decentralized exchange, the XRP Ledger Decentralized Exchange, enables anyone on the ledger to directly and efficiently buy, sell, or trade any asset, including stablecoins, XRP, other digital assets, and physical units of value, like gold, without using an intermediary such as a bank or other financial institutions. So pause. You'll see as we go through this, this is a key thing, and he explains it in greater detail, but I'll just note, if you have a bunch of tokenized assets on the XRP ledger, and there are today, but imagine it's way bigger, and there's way more stuff tokenized on whether it's gold, just pick your asset, whatever it is. It could be stocks, whatever. Like Sologenic's working on that, actually. Well, if there aren't markets for every single asset there, and there wouldn't be, obviously, there's not going to be a market for everything that could possibly exist, you're going to need an intermediary. And the point is, with a built-in decentralized exchange, XRP is positioned right there with plenty of liquidity to basically make markets effectively. You know, you pair up people that want, you know, so you have United States style. Actually, no, I'll just, David Schwartz explains it, but it's basically, if there's not a pair available on the decentralized exchange, XRP makes it possible to get whatever the hell you want that's on there, which is kind of like the secret sauce of this. This is why David Schwartz gets at the idea that this is the XRP Ledger superpower. And he's right. It's incredible, and it's the first blockchain on the entire planet to have a built-in decentralized exchange. And so he wrote the following. In the simplest of terms, XRP Ledger decentralized exchange is a central limit order book. Sellers set prices for assets, buyers issue purchase orders, and the decentralized exchange matches the two to finalize transactions. Because there is no central party, all orders are treated equally and fairly, giving every participant the same rate, thus the same opportunity. But the decentralized exchange also has a superpower: its ability to automatically find a currency or token pair, either directly or by using the XRP Ledger's native XRP as a bridge currency at the lowest possible price. So I'll just pause to note right there. This is why I would love to see continued adoption of the built-in decentralized exchange. It makes XRP that much more useful. It's just like a ready-made use case for XRP just because there's other stuff there. That's incredible. And that's why I'm so thankful XRP had first mover's advantage on this. So it doesn't mean that XRP wins in terms of the front of what happens with the centralized exchanges. I'm not saying that. But there's reason to be optimistic, and it has been adopted to a certain degree, and it's still early days in crypto, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, piece continues. For example, if someone issues a non-fungible token, an NFT, for sale in United States dollars, but the buyer wants to purchase it using Korean won, the decentralized exchange automatically charts the least expensive trading path between the two currencies. For example, from the Korean won to XRP and then to United States dollars. So see this is what I was getting at a minute ago. If there's not a market available for whatever it is that you want to get to, the decentralized exchange just finds the most efficient path. And it doesn't cost that much. It may cost a matter of a few pennies, in fact. And then a little bit further down, he wrote the following. Key benefits of the XRP Ledger Decentralized Exchange. Most other ledgers lack a built-in decentralized exchange, making the symbiotic relationship between the decentralized exchange and XRP Ledger both rare and powerful. Users and developers alike gain from the combined advantages of the XRP Ledger Decentralized Exchange when executing transactions, managing decentralized finance, or DeFi for short, applications, and more. In particular, the decentralized exchange benefits from the XRP ledger's inherent advantages of speed, cost, and sustainability. Transactions are executed within 3 to 5 seconds at a high throughput, 1,500 transactions per second, and at only a few cents per transaction. Placing and matching orders on the decentralized exchange can be executed in seconds and at low cost as well. So let me just pause to note. An XRP transaction in and of itself, it's fractions of a penny. So I'm assuming when he said cents here, I'm assuming that's because there's a little bit more of a cost, not much obviously, to pathfind on behalf of the user, basically. And so there could be multiple hops potentially. So maybe it's a penny or two or whatever it is. It's practically free. Anyway, piece continues. The use of order books to provide high liquidity is only practical due to these low costs, low latency, and high throughput. The XRP ledger is also carbon neutral and uses a validation and security algorithm called federated consensus, which is more energy efficient than proof of work blockchains. Yes, I'll just pause to note I am so thankful that especially given all the crap that XRP community has to put up with and how XRP is like the most attacked crypto on the damn planet. At least we don't have to worry about being an energy hog. It basically uses zero energy. It might as well. Just round down. Anyway, Dave continues. This removes the possibility of front-running by participants or miners due to the ledger's lack of mining and non-deterministic transaction confirmations. And crucially, the XRP ledger creates its own virtuous cycle of liquidity by allowing anyone to issue a token, and an increasing number of tokens representing currencies, valuable metals, and more all translate into more available assets for trading on the XRP ledger's native decentralized exchange. In turn, the more than 5,400 tokens traded or issued on the XRP ledger decentralized exchange to date helps to increase the overall utility of the decentralized exchange, leading to the issuance of even more tokens. And so again, let me just remind you, the point to bring home makes XRP that much more useful. And if XRP is solving real problems for real people, it is not going away. It's important that the decentralized exchange not only live, but thrive. And to this point, it's being adopted. So many reasons to be optimistic as an XRP holder. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.